All right, guys, just a quick update. Sully, Shannon Sullivan, just kind of, dealing with a little bit of a knee contusion. He should be good to go. Give him a lot of credit for he potentially could have gone back in the game, but with where we were at, making sure we got him out of there. And then Dalvin Cook just took a cleat, to the leg at one point, and he should be 100% and good to go. So across the board, we played a lot of players today. Wanted to get our starters off to a good start. Thought offensively, outside of that early fumble turnover, we really moved the ball well and give ourselves a chance to score points defensively. I thought we did some really good things, at the line of scrimmage. I thought our guys were flying around, even being down a few starters to start the day. And then special teams made their impact with some quality play across the board. Anytime you only punt one time in the last 1 minute of the game, whatever it was, it's a quality day. I give a lot of credit to some of our depth players, guys like Nick Mullins. I thought Alex Madison, we consider him kind of a 1A, 1B type, ran really hard. KJ Osborne, big day. And then you just look at guys like Jalen Naylor, Ty Chandler, Kene, some of the young guys up front we got involved, and then defensively, same thing. Just a bunch of players we're looking forward to seeing play a long time for us, getting some valuable reps and contributing to a win. Our 13th win, not something I take for granted at all. I'm proud of our team, and now hopefully we can have our best week of preparation and go put together our best performance of the season next week at home back at US Bank Stadium.
Kevin, in terms of workload for the starters, was the plan all along kind of to give them one half, or was that going to be dependent on how the game went?
It would have been if we didn't turn the football over there. The expectation was hopefully we could drive and score. Maybe on our first 3 possessions, whether you're talking about 20 points or 17 right there, late in the first half, it would have been a discussion in my mind and with the staff of what we wanted to do. But felt it's just there were some things we wanted to get comfortable with Chris Reed at center and the communication and just some different things. We were making sure we used the opportunity for today to not only compete to get our 13th win, but get a lot out of today in our preparation for next week.
My question is along those lines. Some of the players talked about getting a bad taste out of their mouth from Green Bay. Do you think by playing pretty well you guys accomplished that, got maybe a little bit additional momentum going again for the playoffs?
I think so. I mean, the goal was coming into today is how many times can we stack positive plays together? And I think that's outside of some self-inflicted things, the fumble and the interception. Offensively, I thought we stacked good plays, even when there were some exotic kind of DB pressures to, try to stop some of our run game. We were able to overcome those things. I think back to that first third down of the game to KJ. We've got TJ and Justin Jefferson on the low part of that coverage, and Kirk able to see the top shelf and attack downfield from a clean pocket. That play, regardless of when that play happens, that play is a positive play for us moving forward. So a lot of things like that, Chris, that I think are absolutely something we can build upon, knowing what type of season it is now. Nothing else matters than our organization putting our best foot forward this week with everything we got, coaches, players, everybody who supports our team. This is we're now into what we've talked about for a while, which is 1-game seasons. Nothing else matters at this point.
Kevin, how much did it, or I guess what could you pick up on from the offensive line and just them kind of gelling together in these reps that they were able to get?
Yeah, it's exactly that. There's some communication things that with a defense like that, with the type of movement that you see up front, there's some targeting conversations that are going on up front there, and then there's the post-snap reactions, and that's what I wanted to see. Could we be physical? Could we, win the line of scrimmage despite, that moving target sometimes changing the math at the line of scrimmage that they try to do, and our guys handled it well. They really did. And credit Chris Cooper and Justin Riscotti, just the physicality that I felt even as we got into some of our depth. I was really, really proud of those guys. And then Dalvin, Alexander, Kene, Ty, all making a physicality type of, running back room show up today, which is what they wanted to do. How about C.J. Ham, both in the run and pass game, showing up for us? So I think this is a game that we'll turn on the tape and see a lot of guys grading out really well across all 3 phases of our team. And hopefully everybody that played in the game feels like I'm ready to roll and help us win a game next week and hopefully on from there.
Kevin, the sequence at the end of the first half looked like Matt Eberflus was over talking to the officials before they throw the flag and then call a 12-minute on the field penalty there. What was your vantage point on that? When did you find out, I guess, that it
I found out in the locker room. We did not handle that situation as cleanly as we wanted to as an offense. That was a scenario where maybe we want to obviously have the Mayday field goal team ready to go. That's what we call it, running in there with the clock running. The urgency of all 11 guys getting off, but then also thought it was a situation maybe the ball could have gone either in the end zone or out of bounds and limit that situation. And I got to do a better job in that moment making sure that all 11 guys out there know exactly what the situation is. But going in, getting the 3 points, and then coming back out, finding out in the locker room that we lost that 3 points. Luckily, we were able to put a touchdown drive together to start the second half. But that was a great opportunity for us to get a situation in that we really hadn't yet this year, at least down in the low red like that, and thought we could have handled it better.
Patrick Peterson and Duke Shelley recording interceptions today. What's it like to see Duke Shelley give one of those with what he's contributed?
Yeah, it's been huge. He got that ball out on the field, and then we gave him a game ball in the locker room coming back here to his former team. All that guy's done since he got to Minnesota is be a great teammate, work incredibly hard, be reliable as any player I've ever been around. He's as competitive as any player I've ever been around, and he's an absolute joy to have on your football team. So I feel blessed and lucky to have benefited from Kwesi's guys, identifying a player like that to add, and just continue to hope for Duke to experience success here with us and continuing to be a big part of our defense.
What was your view on the big play to Osborne on the first drive, and just in general, can you put it into words, what he's made and what his contributions have done?
Yeah, to have his second 100-yard game of the year, going back to that play, it was kind of a unique scenario where we get in long yardage on after a first down run where they fired a corner pressure that they get us behind the chains. We throw a screen to JJ on second down and thought there was a little bit more there. Maybe we could get it all back right there. But when we don't, hey, everybody just be poised, calm. And we call the concept where KJ is really running the top shelf route, the deep route right there. And we put TJ and Justin underneath that deep route to, if it did justify them playing a little bit more coverage to the underneath part of the field, we thought KJ would have a great chance down the field. Kirk saw it in rhythm, great protection, and threw an absolute dime. So I think that day that got him going. And then one of the things about KJ is he has so many jobs in our offense. His second long completion there down the Bears sideline, he's bluffing as if he's blocking one of our bubble screens or receiver perimeter screens, gets behind the defense, and Kirk finds him for another big play. So what I'm saying is his role is an evolving thing, snap in and snap out. He's incredibly valuable to me as the play caller, but also to the other 10 guys in our huddle, knowing the different jobs he's going to do, but when he's called upon, he's as explosive and reliable as anybody we have.
What did you think of the efficiency that Kirk Cousins showed today, and did it kind of put a cap on the regular season that he had?
Yeah, I told him when we took him out of the game, I thought it was just another great example of his just continued ownership of what we're doing, his accuracy, his ability to distribute the ball and play at a high level for us. I'm really proud of what Kirk's done this year. I think he's his own hardest critic on himself sometimes, which I think is what makes him a special player and will continue to grow within this offensive system. And he's ready to go play well next week, and he'll be a huge reason why hopefully we're able to have success in the playoffs.
What do you think you'll be doing for the next couple hours? You going to follow the 49ers score closely, or what are you going to do exactly?
Yeah, probably not, to be honest. What I wanted to do was get our team our 13th win today, have everybody available and ready to play, which I give our coaching staff a ton of credit to be able to sustain and still score and move the ball and get stops and do the things we did in the second half, while getting out of here pretty healthy and ready to roll for next week. That was goal number one, and then getting that 13th win was very important to all of us in this locker room. So I'll probably take a look at the scores here and there, but we know we're going to be getting a game at US Bank Stadium either next Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You never know. What I would just say is the fans have been huge for us all season long, and our guys, our team, our coaching staff, we're all incredibly excited to get back in front of them for to open the playoffs here. So it'll be huge for us. Appreciate you guys, and look forward to next week.
And do you expect to have Zadarius Smith available for the playoff game next weekend?
Yes, I do. Zadarius was, he had dealt with a personal matter that, we were in communication the whole time. He actually got back to Chicago last night and was here for our team meetings and everything. And Zadarius was not going to play today. Regardless of the circumstances, we wanted to get him rested and ready to go as one of our premier defensive players. So we expect to, hopefully be able to have our entire roster at our disposal of available guys. There's a couple guys that are working like crazy to try to be back from injury. We'll keep you guys posted on that, but very much looking forward to potentially getting some guys that were down today back and having everybody available that we can next week.
So I assume
Zadarius fly home with you guys?
He's with us, yeah. He'll fly home with us, yes.
So I assume Harrison Smith, he's okay.
Yes, he's. You know what? Harrison just post practice kind of wanted to get something checked out, and just played a lot of snaps for us this year, and just had a little soreness in there. This was the time, in my opinion, to try to give him the weekend and make sure he can turn over. And I imagine Harrison would tell you right now he's going to be ready to roll when our practice week starts.
And then Bradbury.
Yeah, Bradbury's the one that he's been working his tail off, and there's a chance we'll have him next week. That is totally to be determined on how he responds to getting some real practice reps in his preparation for next week. So it's really something I'll update you guys on as the week goes on.
Thank you. Love Kirk Insurance.
Thought you were raising your hand there.